Hello there, you beautiful people, it's me, your dad. Now, before we go to the review of this beautiful man, I have a couple things to announce to you guys. My channel is going to change. I'm gonna focus heavily on the painting and customization of the kit, cause that's what I like to do. I like to customize kits. I don't like the original ones sometimes. I wanna put my own thing. I wanna put my own work and art into a kit and make it more precious to me. So I bought all of these things you see here, new spray booth, air I'm dying. I bought a lot of things and I'm gonna review them all, but that on the next video. So let's check out this beautiful review. Now here's the beautiful, perfect, great Astray, a really big, beautiful Gunpla. It's from 2009, so it's an old one, but a beautiful one. This particularly is the PG Astray from DABAN, so it's a bootleg version. I painted some parts black, gray, gold, bronze. You're going to see up close, and I didn't customize it a lot because it was a huge pain. Everything was falling apart. First up, let's check out the unboxing. Here's the box from DABAN, nothing special. It says 1/60th of something, PG Astray I think. It has a handle, and here's all the plastic that you'll find inside. It has water slides, it has stickers, it has all that red plastic, which in my opinion feels a little bit cheap. But the kit itself, it's cheap compared to Bandai's, so what do you expect? So you have some gold, some silvers, not many runners. I was expecting a lot of more runners, but the parts are big themselves. Here's some metal parts and batteries for the lights inside the head. Yes, it has a light inside its head. The eyes are glowing. It has a instruction manual. Here's the katana, a beautiful katana. That's the only thing that I like. A little bit of green clear plastic here, and then you have that 2 tones of red and the beam sabers, the pink beam sabers. So not much in the box. So here's the manual, the instruction manual, and you see everything is in color. It has a lot of history about the Astrays, some lore, some different type of Astrays, the katana gimmicks, and the water slide map. And here's the construction manual, black and white manual, not much to say about that. Everything was clear, and at the end you get your typical water slide map again. Everything was clear, no errors on the manual that I saw. And here's the fresh build out of the box. The only thing that I did is painted some parts in metallic red, black and gray. As you see, the kit was easy to build but very fragile. Everything falls apart, as you're going to see later. So far it looks cool. No panel lining, no water slides, and still looks really nice, I have to say. I'm tempted to keep it that way, but I won't, because it looks too simple, too toy-like, and I don't like that. So let's take a closer look and check out some articulation first. Foot moves left and right, front and back, as you expect, and on the back there you see it has some pistons. I painted bronze the pistons. The front foot goes all the way up, which was really surprising, and I painted those silver details on the bottom there. The foot goes all the way, the leg goes all the way up there and all the way back there. Here's the beautiful knee bend, pretty nice knee bend, I have to say, really beautiful and mechanical. Parts fall apart all the time. Here's the other knee. You can see the thigh panel moves along with the knee bend. Really nice detail. You see another part fell there. And here the whole leg gives up and falls off. This was my main problem. It's really loose. Everything falls apart all the time. Nothing stays together. It felt really frustrating. At the end, I didn't want to do anything with it. It has full articulated hands, a 3-point of movement on the fingers. And here goes the whole arm. Let me tell ya, this arm didn't want to stay on. You can see that the peg there, it's really short. Maybe that's the problem. But this arm didn't want to stay on for nothing. The shoulder panels goes up and down. Very simple shoulder panel, nothing special about it. The hand has some simple articulation, up and down, nothing special. And here goes the arm again. Don't want to stay together. The shoulder has some nice articulation, organic all around, goes all the directions, but be careful because the hand won't stay together once again. That front part opens up to reveal the cockpit. If I can't open it up because it was really tricky, the panel won't stay on as always. Here you can see the cockpit with the pilot inside. It's a nice detail, but once again the panels won't stay together, so it's hard to open up and hard to close back again. But it's really nice. I like how the cockpit opens up. You can kinda see the bronze pistons that they are inside the waist. I painted them bronze, they were gray, so the waist doesn't move a lot, but it kinda moves if you apply pressure, so nothing special. The head has a organic all around articulation. It's pretty minimal, but it's there. The skirts move up and down. I had to kinda glue the skirts because they were also falling apart really easily, so I was going mad. The skirts opened up to reveal a small hole where you can attach your katana. I'm gonna show that to you later. And here's the backpack. Nothing special about the backpack. You can attach it to the back like so. It's pretty small backpack, nothing to write home about, but it's there and it's kinda okay, cute. Here's where you store your beam saber handles, but once again it's really fragile and falls off really easily, so you have to be really careful. The back skirt doesn't move at all. These side skirts also have a pretty small articulation, but they also fall over really easily, so I had to glue them a little bit. On the back of the head there you can store the LEDs for the eyes. I'm gonna show how bright they are later on. Now let's check out some accessories. First up, the shield. I really like the shield. It's simple. It reminds me the strike shield. It's black, it's white, it's red, and it has some nice Japanese style looking decals. Really nice. I really like the shield. Simple but beautiful. The handle on the back moves up and down. There is a small window that goes up and down. Pretty nice looking shield, I'm not gonna lie. This is the weapon. I didn't paint the weapon because I'm gonna use it for another project. I just wanted to see how some metallic colors look on it, and I'm gonna use it, I'm gonna paint it, I'm gonna use it for another project. But this is how the ASTRAY weapon looks. Pretty simple. And here's the beam sabers. Look how shiny they are, and they have those small metallic speckles inside the plastic. I don't know if you can see them. You can attach the handle like that, and they look pretty nice. I have to say, they look a lot like toy-like because it has that glitter inside the plastic, but they really shiny. Here's a figure that you get. I kinda washed it with some black there. These are some 2 extra dagger thingies that you get. They look really cheap, so I'm not gonna use them. Maybe I will paint them and use them then, but right now I'm not gonna use them for anything. You also get that thing over here that you can attach your katana. like that. Looks pretty cool actually. And then you can attach the whole thing to the Gundam skirt. So this is how it looks like attached to the katana. Looks pretty nice. I really like that. And here how the katana blade looks. Looks pretty nice, but it accumulated a lot of fingerprints and dust from the air. So what you can do is maybe wipe it a little bit with a cloth and a little bit of maybe oil or something to shine. I'm gonna show you that in a second. So you take a cloth like that with a drop of oil and you rub it all across the katana, and it's going to give you that mirror-like finish. Now look how better it looks. It's still not the best quality plastic, like I said. It feels cheap, but it looks kinda nice. And the sheath, I really like how the sheath looks, and you can lock the katana like that over there. I really like this part of the kit. These are the stickers and the dry transfers that you get that I'm not gonna use. This is a extra LED light that you get with a battery if you want a spare one. And these are all the extra parts that you have at the end. A lot of extra plastic, additional colors if you want to swap white for red and red for white. Nothing special, but they there. This hatch over here opens up so you can attach the shield, a really nice small detail there, and you can close it back up. And here's the Gundam with water slides, panel lines, and painted all together. It looks nice. I could have done a lot more to this kit, but it really disappointed me how loose it was and how cheap it felt. Now it was only 80 or 90 euros, I'm not sure, so I can't complain about the price. You get a big PG ASTRAY for 90 euros, so you spare a lot of money, but with that money goes all the quality too. I don't know if the Bandai version has the same problems with loose parts, but I'm 100% sure that Bandai at least has a better quality of plastic and parts. And here are the LEDs. The eyes look really nice with the LEDs, but you have to take out apart the head in order to turn on the switch to turn on the LEDs, so it's a hassle every time. Not very good. Here's a size comparison between the PG Unleashed and the 1100 Aerial. So you can see it's a big Gundam. It's a little bit bigger than PG Unleashed, I think. I'm not sure, but it looks a little bit bigger. So you get a lot of Gunpla for your money, and it can pose really well. It's going to be a hassle to pose it because everything, like I said, falls apart. But if you are careful and you're not stretching it too much, you can get away with pretty nice poses. All in all, does it worth your money? I'm not sure. If you have a spare 80 or 90 bucks to give for this kit, then sure, yeah, buy it and do some light customization on it and you'll be fine. But if you want something to be proud of, or if you want something to feel expensive and better quality, and not so many loose problems, and not so many loose parts, then maybe buy the Bandai version. Yes, it's twice the price or 3 times the price, but it's worth your money, I think. So this is it, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and next week we're going to have a review of all the products that I bought, and it's going to be a window for yourself to see what you're going to need if you want to start painting your Gunpla and customize them and scribe them and such. So thank you for watching. Subscribe and like the video if you want to support me, and see you on the next one. Bye. Love ya.